Hello. Bore da, good morning. Well, the dragons certainly took a first bite yesterday. Only 2/3 of the competitors made it back to camp last night, but facing them today are the Rhinogydd and Moelwynion, known for their gnarliness, desolate nature and wild beauty.
Thank you.
Great.
That's you good. Have a great day.
See you later. Just gonna take it step by step, enjoy the day. Yeah.
Harder than I expected, and I expected it to be hard. So.
So we're on day 2 of the Montane Dragon's Back, and what a glorious day. Glorious day for us, but the sun is already beating down on a Cnicht, which is also known locally as the Welsh Matterhorn, because of its striking resemblance to that famous Swiss peak. Now for those runners, they're going to have to manage things today. They're going to have to manage the basics. They're coming out of camp in the shade into the sun. And later on today, it's going to be burning as they head down to the Rhinogydd in South Snowdonia.
We've done all our training together, we've reckoned the whole thing together. So yeah, we thought it was quite good over these first couple of days at least to stick together. Yeah. And we're like looking after each other. Like, do you want to get off? Are you eating enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now on this tricky descent of Cnicht, as you can see, it's not very long. However, it's slightly technical. Now this is a technique. We've got this guy, what we call bum sliding towards me and making his way down. And it is a technique.
It's the future.
It's the future, apparently.
You okay?
Cwmbachan, Cwmbachan, Cwmbachan. Do you know I can't find it? However, every single dragon slayer in this race will need to have navigation skills, and as important as a shield and a sword is the map. To be able to navigate well, especially on terrain like this on the Rhinogydd, can save them time, but also can save them energy, and every drop of sweat and step saved will help them in that quest to slay the dragon.
So by now the legs will be heavy after scrambling over Rhinog Fach, Little Rhinog, and Rhinog Fawr, Big Rhinog. But the runners will be rewarded with this spectacular and rugged view. But I'm sure some of them will be tempted in this heat to take a little dip in Llyn Hywel, Hywel's Lake. Day 2 is really challenging, and not only because the terrain is gruesome because of how rough it is. I think one thing that you have to expect on the Dragon's Back race is the unexpected. But I think a lot of runners may have underestimated today, and that is going to be tough. I think you have to go into the Dragon's Back race expecting it to be the hardest thing you've ever done, and hopefully you'll get rewarded.
No, I just like to push myself. I like to test myself, and that's it. Just picking new challenges, something that's going to be tough.
You've chosen the right one there.
Yeah, this is it. It's beautiful. Time to go.
Speed well.
Thank you.
I'm Danny, as we say in Welsh.
Danny.
I'm Danny.
I'm Danny.
Perfect.
I'm Danny. What does I'm Danny mean?
Go for it.
Is that what it
Yeah,
means?
on I go.
I'm Danny.
On we
I'm
go.
Danny.
I'm Danny.
I'm Danny.
So after 10 hours and more out on the course of day 2 of the Montane Dragon's Back race, this is the first thing that awaits the runners as they come into camp, the dibbers. They first of all download their times and checkpoints from the whole day before receiving everything else that awaits in the camp.
Well done. Thanks.
But God, that was hard. I think it's because it was because of the effort yesterday, maybe.
And can I ask you as well, Simon, you know, with obviously knowing that Russell was ahead, did you have a strategy of maybe trying to reel him in on the day, or were you trying to run your own race?
Well, I didn't know he left before, and then somebody told me, he said, oh, so I'll go. So, and when I hit the Rhinogs and I was going really slow, I was suspecting him to be strong, so I was wondering how he was doing, because we were running together yesterday, basically. So, interesting.
It is interesting. And how do you feel now, knowing that, you know, you finished 23 minutes behind, you may have made up some more time on him today? You know, how are you going to recover tonight, and how are you going to sort of put things into perspective?
Yeah, get my head together now, innit? Recover, eat loads. Let's see. What's the forecast for tomorrow?
It is more sun.
Same temperature?
Possibly.
I got another one in me.
And Cadair Idris in the morning.
Yeah, so it'd be cooler. So we could smash that.
Yeah.
I'll run it all.
You'll run it all. You always do. Yeah?
You just can't go fast. Like, no one could push their heart rate at all. 200 calories an hour, eat every half an hour. I just basically have Cliff Blocks and gels. I've got a pretty strong stomach. So I know that like everything you're eating has got salt in.
Yeah.
And no cramp today.
No cramp. Absolutely. Wow.
We were laughing literally just coming down there because me and Lee this morning were like, if we set off a bit earlier, we'll get to camp earlier. We can sit with our feet up and get a bit of a chill today. Yeah. We were just laughing. Yeah. No, later. But but no, good day, just so hot.
So here at the end of day 2 of the Montane Dragon's Back race, the dragon has bared her teeth once again in a furnace of a day. Lowri, it's been so hot out there.
Yeah, and the heat has literally zapped the energy out of so many runners out on those trails. I think after the excitement and adrenaline of day 1 and day 2, I think tomorrow it's going to be even harder. It's going to knock them like a ton of bricks. But I think by now they realise that the competition is not necessarily against the other athletes, it's against themselves. It's against that little voice in the back of their mind saying, I can't do this any further. And I bet tomorrow morning many people will be lying in those sleeping bags thinking, I can't go any further. You know, the legs would be so heavy. But yeah, they've got to go out there, face one of the longest days, 70 kilometres. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, and they're heading up first thing in the morning onto Cadair Idris. Cadair Idris is one of my favourite mountains. I'm bound to say that, I'm a local. But after that, the technicality of that mountain, they come down and the terrain changes. And maybe that more technical runner might not be as confident on the more runnable sections, and vice versa. So there's still competition going on.
Yeah, we might see some really strong trail runners opening up their strides and going for it tomorrow. So things can change quite quickly, quite easily out on Cadair Idris and over Moelwynion, and it's going to be a good one, isn't it?
It's going to be great, and make sure that you join us again tomorrow night. Remember, day 3, we'll be here enjoying the heat and the competition at the Montane Dragon's Back race. Join us then. No sta.